Welcome to Growing Together, the podcast where ambition meets authenticity.
Join us, Charlotte and Billie, two best friends with 20 years of history, as we navigate motherhood, business, and everything in between.
From the daily chaos to balancing work and family, to the challenges and milestones that shape our lives, we're here to share it all, unfiltered and straight from the heart.
So grab a cuppa, get comfortable, and get ready for real conversations, relatable stories, and a whole lot of laughter.
Because life's not about having it all figured out. It's about growing together. Let's dive in.
I'm Charlotte. So,
Where are you from? Family?
Well,
coming to Spain?
believe it or not, originally I'm from Birmingham. That's where I grew up. That's where I was born. Then when I was just turned 12, I moved to Spain. Not that I wanted to.
No.
Yeah, came with my mum and dad without my brother. So that was a big...
How old was he then?
When I was 12, 18. But he was in the debts. I've probably got the word wrong, but something to do with that, because he wanted to do military RAF.
Mm-hmm.
So he stayed, I think. I mean, I was 12. I was in my own head. I was my life. No one else's life.
The world revolves around me.
Right? Yeah, but yeah, came here 12. Went to Spanish school for a year. Didn't settle. Didn't really go. Met people, which was good. But then that was it, really. Because of that, didn't settle. My parents put me into like an international school that was in Murcia. That's where I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, went to Murcia when the sister school was built. Went to the sister school in Villamartin, which was a little bit closer to home.
Yeah. Get rid of them dreaded hour-and-a-half journeys there and back on the bus.
So yeah, met Mitch, who's my husband-to-be.
Yeah.
And my children. That's weird. That's really weird. So yeah, met Mitch at 15.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 3 children. And yeah, we've been together 20 years next year. So that was us. In the meantime, kind of built my career from just being interested in the dentistry, I suppose. I got the job through a friend by having the language. So it was, yeah,
So you kind of fell into it.
Yeah, it's nothing that I ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to work in dentistry. No way.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, I love going to the dentist, but I didn't think.
Would never have thought, no. And like dropping out of school, didn't think that.
Never.
Like a medical career.
Never. So yeah, so I got kind of that for a friend on reception, and that was it. Just kind of stepped closer towards the dentistry room, was very intrigued by it. And then worked my way up in the dentistry to become a hygienist, now a self-employed hygienist. And yeah, that's where I am now. Mum of 3, husband to be next year.
Next year, yeah.
And yeah, self-employed dental hygienist. And that's where I am to now. To now, if that's even a word. To now. To now.
So far. Plenty more years to come.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll go on to me.
Yeah.
So I'm Billie from Portsmouth. I moved to Spain at 11. So it was literally, I think I just turned 11. It was, I think, my birthday. I just remember coming home and our stuff was in boxes. And we're moving to Spain. It's like, excuse me? So, literally like impulse. Well, that's what it felt like. My nan and granddad had a place, so we'd visited Casada on holiday and stuff. But no conversations about actually moving countries, and then come home and our stuff was in boxes.
Was it? You're going. We're going
A couple of days.
Useful next week.
Yeah, shock. So that was my mum, my dad, me, my 2 sisters and brother. Shawnee was only about 1.
Oh, so Shawnee was born in England.
She was born in England, yeah. So from me to Shawnee, who's the youngest, that we've got 10-year age gap, she was about 1. Well, no, she wouldn't have even been 1, I don't think, because we moved in the November and then she probably was 1 in the February. So yeah, 4 kids in a car off to Spain. So yeah, again, didn't want to come here, hated it. And obviously it was I just started secondary school for like 2 months. So it's all about, being cool and felt all grown up.
Just
and
got your
yeah, getting into the groove and getting friends and then just feeling like I've been dragged away. So that wasn't fun. Hated it at the beginning, hated Spanish school. I went straight into secondary school. Hardly anyone in Montesinos at school at the time spoke English.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in porter cabins. It was for a proper school. Porter cabins. 2 or 3 people spoke English. All the Spanish were just, Spanish boys at like 11, 12. You're already self-conscious at that age anyway. I couldn't understand what they were saying. They're clearly talking about me. Yeah. So, and it was like, sit at the back of the class until you understand what's going on. So hated it. And I quite enjoyed school. So I didn't like that. So mum did the same thing as yours. Took me out, put me into international school. That's where obviously we met in the faraway land of Mercia, 1.5-hour bus journeys each way. So it was great when they built a school closer, because then it was only 20 minutes up the road for me. But then we went to that school, and I really enjoyed that school because we went in at the oldest year, didn't we? Yeah. And then we went up with the school. So we were always the oldest. So that was fun. And we had quite a nice group as well, I think.
Yeah, I do. I think the teachers were good as well.
The teachers felt like they cared. They knew us. They knew our siblings and family and stuff. And
they cared about their job.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like they were all wanted us to do good, and we enjoyed it as well because we liked the teachers too, apart from the odd biology teacher didn't seem to be very good. I suppose they changed them a few times, but most of the teachers were good.
I'm talking about drama and then by the teachers.
Most of them were good. There was the odd ones that weren't, but no, most of them were good. It was just really fun. I just really enjoyed school. Like I say, we had a great group. And then same as you. It was my 16th birthday. Met Liam. So Tammy's another part of our girl group. So her birthday's the day before mine. So we went out. We had a joint birthday for our 60. You threw me a surprise party at your mum and dad's bar.
Oh, yeah.
So at Tipsy's. So went there, had a little surprise birthday. And then the plan was to go out to just at our local club, because we were clubbing then. We had our own local club, JF's, good old JF's, was R&B music. So we went there. My mum and dad came. My nan and granddad was snogging in the club. I remember that. That was fun.
The one that my uncle came down, or was that a different party? Was that the same night?
Can't remember.
I know everyone will say all the adults were in the clubs and we're like, what's going on?
This is weird. So they came out to the beginning part of the night, and then we left kind of Torrieck and we went up kind of near where a lot of us live now, and went out to our other favourite spot, living room and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where, it's Sobar first. Yeah, so I met Liam there, but he obviously knew, he was friends with a lot of our friendship group, but we'd always missed each other because I lived 20 minutes away. So whenever everyone used to hang out outside of school up here, because he didn't go to our school, but he was still friends with everyone because it was like the English lot in the area. So then we actually met, and it was my birthday, and the rest is history. Been together 20 years next year. 20 years next year, same as you. I finished school.
Bill finished school.
I finished school.
I left school. Bill finished.
Quite close to the end, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I must have left at 15, so whenever that is. I left you like a year 11, didn't I?
Yeah, so you left me.
My T-shirt signed. Or was that just me leaving, so I made it up?
No, we did do T-shirt.
I did, like school.
Yeah.
I just didn't stay on with you and Tam and all the other clever people.
So you finished school, but then...
I must have finished school then. If I had my T-shirt signed.
Yeah, but Tammy stayed and did the next level there, but I went back to England then.
Oh, that was...
So I think you finished, but then...
Okay.
So that's college, A-levels.
Wait a minute.
You didn't do that?
I'm just going to look at the leaving certificate of school.
If it's worth the paper it's written on, I don't even know.
I had to do an access course to get into something because I didn't have a school paper. So I did all that exam for no reason. Maybe I didn't finish school. Or maybe I did.
I always had in head you didn't, but then
I always said I didn't. But now you've just said, was it just the end of the year?
Could have just been the end of the year, and then we did one more year.
Yeah.
Because we did. I'm sure I did another year at school without you.
I think I did. I left S3 and you did it.
And at S4, yeah. So then I finished school, and then me and Liam have been together 6-7 months, and it's a bit of a long-winded story, but he thought he was going to go back to England and go play football. I wasn't keen on the A-levels that the school was offering. And again, we were the guinea pigs, we were the oldest year. And it was just the basic subjects. So I was like, well, I'm going to go back to England and go to college. So I went back and done like law, psychology and things like that. But when I enrolled in college, then Liam wasn't actually going to go back and go play football. But I'd already kind of made plans to move. So then he ended up coming back to Portsmouth with me. So yeah, I don't even know how it happened. But yeah, we've been together 6 months, 7 months. We were 16, coming up to being 17. And he moved back to England with us. And in the meantime, I was originally going to go back and live with my nan. But in the meantime, my mum had decided that she'd had enough here and we was all going back. So they'd gone back ahead of us. And yeah, we all ended up living together back in England. So yeah, that was kind of thrown into a very serious relationship at 16 after 6 months in another country.
As well as going into uni, no?
We started college.
Right.
So we started college. And so yeah, Liam started college. I started college. We did that and then went to uni. The minute we finished uni.
Did that like it's an easy, we did that. Yeah, we did that. Did college, did it. Uni, did it.
Well, it was about 5 years. It was 2 years at college, 3 years at uni. But yeah, it went fast. In another way, it feels like I was there for ages. But in another way, it just blinked and it was done.
Yeah.
But we kind of decided that where we were living, that was coming up to an end, like rental-wise. I'd got a job straight out of uni for the summer with the university. Liam was on like a labouring job. And it was all kind of ended at the same time. So we just said, look, we'll give it a go, come back to Spain. And if we can get jobs and stuff, then we might as well give it a go because we're not having to quit jobs. We're not having to, give up rental things. It was all finishing. So we decided to do it. Everyone thought we were mad. I remember, we must have been 21 and our parents on a Skype call together saying how mad we were because it was kind of post-recession. So there was very dead over here at the time. And obviously I'd just gone to uni. So mum was like, what are you doing? What a waste. Da, da, da. But we were like, right, we'll give it a go. So we come back, moved in with Liam's mum and dad. I just was applying for jobs for a couple of months. Nothing was sticking. Then I got a job in currency. And since then, obviously, that's where I've kind of carried on my career. Currency, a bit of property back into currency. That's took us up to now. And in the meantime, we got married. We've had 2 boys and bought 2 houses, sold one. Yeah.
Knocked this one down and built it again.
Knocked half of this one down, rebuilt it, because that's what we like to do, make our lives hard. Yeah, that takes us up to present day.
Yeah, you're married, obviously.
Yeah.
You are married. 2 children. Beautiful. Yeah. That's where you are. But Newman's the currency, no?
Yeah, so I've worked for 2 currency companies. So I did one for 6, 7 years. Then I went into property for 3 years. And then I got headhunted back in. And I've been there 3 years this year. And then off the back of that, so while I was knee deep in a massive project at work with a lot of responsibility and investment from the company, I decided while I was 8 months pregnant also to do a coaching qualification, throw things in, because I've kind of always been in leadership management roles. I did that quite quickly. I went from kind of entry level going into currency at 21, 22. I was a manager by 25, 26. But even naturally, like even at school, I've always been the helper to, help people and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've kind of, and it's in a lot of my school reports, like natural leader and stuff, just to kind of hone those skills a little bit more and decided that, to the side of my corporate career that I'd start coaching, just like one-on-one coaching, personal development coaching, helping people, people that are interested in doing better, furthering themselves, whether it's in their career, in their personal life, to help them, high perform there. So off the back of that, which is the Rising, I decided that it'd be great to do a podcast. And I thought, who better to do it with me than you?
Yeah, right.
Because I think what's really good is, like I say, we've done a quick backstory there. But I'd say, we've grown up together, which is part of it. We're always growing and learning. We're kind of on the same mindset that, we're very clear where we want to go, what we want to do, and always push ourselves and kind of not just rest. And we're always striving for something.
Yeah, we have no, comparison in our work.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you anything of your work.
No.
Tell anything of mine, but the base of it is that, we're independent, we're self-employed, worked on our own careers.
I'd say we've got a lot of the same values and we've got strong work ethic, you know, we've got grit, we push ourselves, we can do a lot, we try and balance it all. Like,
out a human.
Yeah, exactly. We're call each other, help. Bye. Yeah. So like I say, we don't have it all figured out, but
No.
I think we've done really good to kind of be where we're at now, and we've done it completely differently.
Well, yeah.
So yeah,
I remember the faces when obviously I had my first.
Yeah.
Because I was a very young.
You're a teen mum.
Teen mum, 16, very young. But yeah, you kind of think you just, I don't, without saying it, it's like, so just be fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's who we are and what we do, and that's how we are. You know,
it's crazy to look back then, because obviously we, like I said, we were out clubbing, we were having a great time, we were, you know, all about us and our friends and everything like that.
Very
and selfish. Yeah, which you are at that age. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But that was a full 180. Obviously a shock, because you were, quite a few of our friends went on to have kids quite young and a few years after, but you were the first. You were that good couple years younger as well. So that was, I'd say, a shock. But yeah, I feel like that bit of life also went super fast, and now it's like you would never know.
Yeah.
Obviously Mason towers over you. Yeah. Obviously, you know, he's all grown up now, near enough. But yeah, that was a lot to deal with.
Yeah, it was hard.
And because you have to figure out life, like when you're a teenager, when you're in your early 20s, you're trying to figure out, what career do I want? What am I going to do with my life? And you're doing that while you're raising a baby.
And when people telling you stuff, you know, back then, you do listen to a lot of it. And you grow up, you realise that you think, that's not for me. I
don't think you trust yourself at that age. And obviously you're doing something super adult at a super young age. So you're kind of being led and guided by the adults around you anyway.
That don't really know it all. They can only tell you their experience.
Their experience. Yeah. And they only done what they knew was best, but doesn't mean what they did was right. I'm sure there's things that our parents would have done differently, that, you know, going into being mums ourselves, that we can take a lot for what we did like about our childhood and stuff that we would do differently. Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure. And obviously everything's worked out fine, because you've got a great career, you've got great kids, you're still together. But yeah, that's a lot for someone to go through.
Oh, yeah. I think on paper, yeah. Yeah, but actually it felt easy.
Yeah.
Weirdly. You know what I mean?
I've just got on with it. I think that's like because of who you are as a person as well.
Yeah, I think it would help personalities of that, yeah. But yeah, generally would say it was easier. Stressed more as I got older.
Yeah, I think you kind of overthink a little bit more, whereas I think when you're younger, you just get on with it and do your best.
Am I doing it right? Whereas as young, just do it.
Yeah. But like you say, even going through pregnancy and labour and stuff, you said it's got harder when actually it should have got easier.
Yes, definitely.
But I think when you're young, it's like, even like say us moving countries and living together with all our family at 16, like that's a bit much as well. But you just kind of get on. I think there is a bit of naivety when you're younger, and you just like a false confidence that you have for some reason.
Yeah. So that's it. Like you say, going back, you and Liam going, right, we're doing this together.
Yeah.
That's it. We're doing it.
Yeah.
I'll go here.
Barely been together that long. Same as you guys, obviously. And we could have
more or less the same.
We could have broke up at any point, but obviously you had a baby together. So there's a little bit more pressure. But yeah, like I say, there's very few teen parents that go through that remain together. And I think that's quite unique about us as well, is that we got together with our partners so young and we're still together now. Yeah. That's very rare.
And I think what's very rare is that the unit we had at our ages, the unity as in. So even being a young mum, dad, parents, whatever, you know, it helped having, it wasn't easy. I'm not going to say it was easy. I had parents, both sides helping, and family and whatever else. But it helped that you had that unity of your friends as well, and the family. Yeah. And do you know what I mean? If you didn't have, we all knew each other back then.
Yeah.
It was all, you know, so it wasn't.
Well, I feel like it could be very easy for like a friendship group to just continue at that age group that they were, and you kind of just get left behind.
That was it. I'd do so.
And I'm sure a lot of teen parents that find themselves in that situation probably lose a lot of their friends because they just can't relate, and they just carry on with, you know, going out, being all about their friends, which is what you do at that age. But I feel like we were quite a mature group. And
on my side, I feel that that my friends adjusted actually just as much as I had to adjust as and my life generally. I do actually feel that my friends adjusted, which I don't think does happen. Well, I didn't think happened. I suppose we don't know, but you couldn't have thought it would happen.
When you
especially because we was also young.
When you think back, you probably wouldn't expect it, but I feel like we were just kind of like, oh, Mason's part of our group.
That literally that
he comes everywhere
as you.
Exactly.
You know? So they're definitely that help. As well as how we are and our personalities, obviously. Again, it wasn't easy.
Well, like we were just saying before we started recording, that was really only 2 years of our life before it came along. So when I think back to all the memories of us growing up together, it feels like we had 10 years worth of memories, and actually squeezed all that into 2 years.
It really is.
So school, going out, shopping, having fun, dancing, drama, all the kind of things that we did at school.
When did you? Because I moved at 12, so then I would have gone Spanish school for like a year, like you say, literally. Then
3 years, which felt like forever. Yeah,
but that was it wouldn't have been, I think, if we stayed in the UK, but where we was all at that time, you know, like obviously school, the going out, we all had mopeds. Mopeds.
That was at 14, right? We could get licenses for mopeds.
So maybe we was 13 because we all got our mopeds together.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Yeah, because George got one in Villamartin. She was the first one when we were at that school. So, we must have met at 13 at the other school.
Yeah, it must have been.
And then when we moved up to the school near where we lived, then everyone started to get their mopeds because we was all turning 14. Yeah, so that's kind of how we come to be who we are, how we met.
Yeah, basic.
The basic.
Very, very basic.
Yeah. We'll spend the next few episodes going into a little bit more depth of kind of as we grew up and some more stories for everyone.
So many stories.
But it's like I say, I think part of the reason why I wanted to do the podcast is because obviously I really enjoyed the coaching side of things, and that's super personal. So in order for people to like pick their coach, I feel like there needs to be a certain level of like, are you the right person for me? Because obviously coaching someone in their personal life's really,
it's a big thing.
Yeah,
it is a big.
It's super personal.
Someone,
yeah,
to help you in that field.
Yeah,
then I think you should get to know them a little bit if you can.
Yeah,
and I think it's a great opportunity for potential people who do want your guidance and and expertise. Really,
yeah,
that they get to see this side of you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's real.
Yeah,
and I think I would feel more comfortable going into somewhere knowing someone a bit more real.
So the podcast is twofold really, because it came to light because I thought, it'd be great to share content for people to get to know me a little bit more. So
come to light, Bill. In mid-air, no? Where?
Yeah, well, that's a story. So obviously I wanted to do a podcast because, everyone's doing podcasts at the moment, but I thought it's a great way because I'm offering such a personal service for people to get to know me better. And obviously, I enjoy doing that, and that's what I want to continue doing. So I wanted to do that, but then I thought, don't really want to do it just myself. I'd like to do it with someone. So me and Liam were on our way to the airport on holiday. And we were going to a business event in Phoenix, Arizona for online businesses, just to kind of help me get my head around the online space a little bit more. So I was like, I want to do it with someone. It's funny because a couple of weeks leading up to this, I kind of had this thought anyway. And it was only like talking out loud to Liam. He was like, and I said, oh, do you think Charlotte would do it? And he was like, message her. And I was like, oh, we're on our way to holiday. We're literally, I think, in the train or in a car or something. And then he's like, message her. And I was like, oh, I'll do it when I get back. He's like, do it now. I was like, right, okay. So I sent you a message. And then, I mean, straight away you were like, yes, on it. So I kind of had a feeling that you would be up for it. And
there, I just need you to tell me, you know, like, yeah, I'll be there.
Well, out of our group, we're always the ones that are like, yeah, I'm up for it. Put me forward. So I did think that you'd be up for it. And although this is a little bit going to be linked to, you know, the coaching world, it's not really something that I want to be bringing up in these conversations. These are more just about us and our life and where we've got to, so that people can get to know me for me. And obviously coaching will be aside from it. So it was for people to get to know me more, but it was also, I thought it'd be great, especially when I decided I wanted to do it with you, that eventually we're just going to have a whole catalogue of videos.
Well, I think initially, like you say, it was more focused on your coaching.
Yeah.
However, it's more turned into, let's just two friends have a chat.
Yeah.
But when you look at, you know, what you could use from it, if I was someone looking for help and guidance, then I would definitely look on the podcast, not just for a good laugh, for a cry.
Yeah.
But just to, like you say, think actually, yeah, this is the girl I want to help me.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of staggered into something else, didn't it, in the end?
Yeah.
Although you've got the basis of why you started it.
Yeah, exactly. It's there to support, obviously, the business that I'm doing, but I think I'm more excited for the fact that we're just going to have these videos. Because like I say, these are the chats that we have anyway. So it's nice that we're just kind of recording it, not only for, you know, the community and people to get to know us, but it's also for, like I say, it's great for our kids growing up.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be talking about family and things like that, and work and just everything. And it's, I think it would be nice if I could have looked back at videos of my mum at my age now and just see, like, how did she come up with these things, or what was her reasoning behind that? And
even stories they probably haven't even heard of.
Well, yeah, we bring up stories and memories all the time, but it's not necessarily always stuff that you'll remember to tell your kids. So,
well, I think something the same happened with Mason. Someone mentioned something to Mason the other day about when they'd seen his dad, you know, when he was expecting him, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't heard that story. You know, things like that.
Yeah.
It'd be, I wish I would have things like that, you know. Saying that, I did give a book to my mum and dad. It was like, I want to hear your story things.
I did the same thing for Christmas. I bought them for my mum and dad.
Yeah, they haven't started it.
Well, I haven't asked if they started it, actually, but I did. It was one of them things that kept coming up on my Instagram. So I bought it on Instagram. Tell me your story. So yeah, I gave my mum and dad them because
I bought one and it said MON, but my mum don't spell that mum like that.
Yeah. That's American, isn't it?
Yeah, to get another one in which said MUM, because I thought I can't give her that one. The first thing she's going to say is,
I didn't even notice. I probably gave my mum the American version.
It was just one of the, so yeah, give it her. And I think I was supposed to put Charlotte in it. I didn't even do that, but yeah, they have them books.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's well,
that's what I wanted to.
Yeah, exactly, because sometimes, like, even at Christmas Eve when I gave them the books, we just got onto a story of like when they were together, and obviously like figuring out life, and like when we were just before coming to Spain, and us as kids, and them juggling everything and stuff they got up to. And I'm like, that's great stories, and I just want to remember them.
But now, I think now you want to. So when I was younger, if my mum tried to talk to me about them stories,
who cares?
I don't.
Yeah.
Like, or I don't.
You're not caught.
Great, that's really good for you, kind of thing. You know, really.
It's
that's
a
why
shame.
I'm genuinely interested, and I want to know. So
like, it's a shame you really don't appreciate your parents till you're older.
Well, for example, my granddad is not with us now, but my brother one time was round the house and he must have just put record on his phone, and it was the natural conversation of my granddad talking about the past or what he'd done, and that was the most real thing. It wasn't a photo of me, just photo, because you don't really video things like that, do you? Yeah, combination of things, I think, for us doing it.
Yeah. So I'm glad that we're going to have these stories to look back on. And yeah, we don't know where it's going to go. Like I say, might be laughing, might be crying. We'll see. Because it is literally about life and like ups and downs, what we said.
I know.
The challenges, the fun times, the stuff we struggle with, and just how we help each other. And that's the bit that, you know, the advice and getting ourselves through some tough stuff as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we can share some things with whoever's listening, and even if it's just for them to have
even if no one's listening anyway, I don't really care. I'm going to chat about my
hopefully people listen, but if not, then we've got these, like I say, they're here for us more than anything. For even just for us to remember ourselves. It's only when you actually sit down and you start talking that you even remember those memories, and you remember things very differently to me, sometimes the same thing or things that I've completely forgotten about. And it's only when we get chatting then I'm like, oh, God, yeah. So I'm glad that all this is going to be recorded, more for ourselves and our family than anything. And if we can help some people along the way with anything that they're going through, then that's a bonus.
Yeah, definitely. We're not professional. Well, I'm definitely not. But I've got experience, all right?
We've got a lot of experience.
They're happy.
Yeah.
My work diary's busy.
No.
We didn't do bad, can we?
No, like I say, we've done completely different paths. Me and Liam were together for 10 years before we got married. And then we went on to have a baby and then another baby. So my kids are 6 and 7 months. But then you did things the complete opposite way around. So you went straight in and had a baby and then continued to have a baby.
Not planned. I wasn't 16 and be like, sorry then, babe.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't planned. And yeah, my children are 17, 11 and 8. Oh, did think then. Yeah, 17.
So I think exactly, we've done things completely differently. We've got lots of, experience, just life experience of different things, corporate, boardrooms, meetings, professional.
Way out of my level.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely.
And then
grubs and polishing.
Yeah. But like you say, we are completely aligned in the way in which like the standard and expectation that we have for our work and
home
and our home life is very similar. But then at the same time, we've done things completely different.
Yeah, we have.
So yeah, I think we've got a lot to share, and I think hopefully people will be excited to listen.
Yeah, you will. I bet you will. You won't want us to stop it.